Rain poured down on the cracked pavement of Willow Street, a forgotten corner of the city where dreams often died before they could even begin. But in the shadows of those damp alleyways lived a boy named Eli. At just 9 years old, Eli knew more about hunger and heartbreak than most people ever would. His mother had vanished when he was 5. His father? No one knew him. Eli had survived by sleeping under old stairwells, rummaging through trash bins, and relying on the kindness of strangers when it came. Most days, it didn't. Yet, despite everything, Eli had a dream. Every evening, while lying on flattened cardboard under flickering streetlights, he would look up at the skyscrapers in the distance and whisper to himself, "One day, I'll have an office up there, a big one, with a glass window and a chair that spins." It sounded ridiculous, even to him, but it was the only thing that kept him going. One cold winter morning, Eli found shelter in the corner of an old bookstore. The owner, a grumpy-looking man with a long grey beard named Mr. Whitmore, was about to shoo him away when he noticed something strange. Eli wasn't stealing. He was reading. The boy's dirty fingers turned the pages of a book on inventors. His eyes lit up like fire. Mr. Whitmore paused. "You like that one?" the old man asked, raising an eyebrow. Eli jumped, ready to run, but the man didn't yell. Instead, he handed him a hot cup of tea. From that day on, Mr. Whitmore allowed Eli to stay in a little corner of the store during the day in exchange for sweeping the floors. And every day, Eli read books on business, biographies, inventions, science. He soaked them up like a sponge in the rain. It was in that dusty bookstore that Eli's dream got his first breath of life. But dreams don't grow without pain. One night, the bookstore was broken into. Mr. Whitmore lost everything and had to close down. Eli, once again, was back on the street. But this time, he was not the same boy. He had knowledge, and knowledge is power. He started fixing broken electronics. People threw away radios, phones, small gadgets. He sold them at flea markets. Slowly, he built a reputation as the street tech boy. People started looking for him when something broke. If you're enjoying this story, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share it so others can see and learn from it. One day, a sleek black car pulled up beside his spot at the flea market. A woman in her 30s stepped out. Her name was Samantha Blake, a young tech investor. Her phone had stopped working, and she had heard rumors about Eli's skills. Eli fixed it in 15 minutes. Impressed, Samantha asked, "Where did you learn to do this?" "Books," Eli said proudly, "and a lot of broken stuff." She gave him her card. "If you ever need help, call me." With the little money he saved, Eli bought a second-hand laptop. He started teaching himself to code at a public library. At night, he slept in the 24-hour laundromat where the owner let him stay in exchange for cleaning. At 17, he built his first app Fix Now, a platform that connected people with affordable repair technicians. It gained traction quickly. Eli reached out to Samantha. She remembered him and agreed to mentor him. She introduced him to investors, gave him space in her co-working hub, and helped him structure his idea into a business. By 20, Eli was the CEO of Fix Now Technologies, a company that had expanded to 3 cities, providing job opportunities for over 200 young technicians, many of whom were once homeless, like him. 10 years after he lay on a cardboard sheet, whispering dreams to the sky, Eli walked into the top floor of a towering building. It was his. The office had white walls, sleek wooden desks, and a giant window overlooking the city. He sat in a leather chair that spun. He looked out, smiling not because he had made it, but because he remembered. He remembered the taste of hunger, the sting of cold, the sound of rejection, and the fire of a dream that refused to die. He hired former street kids, gave scholarships to others, and always kept a small bookshelf in his office filled with the same books he once read at Mr. Whitmore's shop. One day, a young boy walked into his office, a kid from the shelter Eli supported. His shoes were worn and his eyes were wide. "Is it true?" the boy asked. "You used to be like us?" Eli knelt down and smiled. "Not like you," he said. "I was you, and if I could do it, so can you. All you need is a dream big enough to carry you through the dark." And with that, he handed the boy a book and whispered the same words he once said to himself. "One day, you'll have an office like this too. Eli's journey is a powerful reminder that where you start in life doesn't have to define where you end up. With grit, kindness, and a dream that refuses to fade, even the streets can be the beginning of something extraordinary. No dream is too big. No background is too small. So, whatever your circumstances, hold tight to your vision, believe in your worth, and take the next step. Because just like Eli, you too can rise.